Looks like we got a new friend! Looks like we got a new friend! Looks like we got a new friend! Welcome to the Academy. Please take your seats. Welcome to the Academy. Please take your seats. Looks like we got a new friend! Looks like we got a new friend!
Hi everyone and welcome to Warhammer 40k Hidden Scars episode 4 with a wonderful cast. Before we go around and say hello to everyone, please take a quick moment to look at the links being spammed at you in chat by the bot. including all our social links, boys. You can support us. Sponsor information. Big thank you to Mage Hand Press and Burdenstorm Publishing, who make this all possible, and some other fun things there as well. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. Sheepy, oh hi.
Hello, I'm Sheepdog. It's nice to see you all again.
I live for this every week, Sheepy. Every week.
I hope so.
Let's go round. Angeli may be joining us in just a moment, but instead today, sitting in Angeli's seat, we have Jess. Oh, hi, Jess.
Hello. How's it going? I'm very excited. Thanks for inviting me to come here and hopefully blow some stuff up.
And Jess is a veteran of 40k. They know this campaign intimately. They had plenty of time to prepare.
All lore questions should be addressed to...
Yes, that would be ideal. That would be ideal. Next round, we come to Stoutfire Wolf. Oh, hi, Aiden.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Perfect.
But yeah, I'm definitely very excited to try this.
Fantastic. And we have Angeli with us as well. Oh, hi, Angeli, and welcome. As I speedily update the overlay, and yeah, I'm prepared. We're all here. We're here. Let's go next to Sage and say hello to Sage. Oh, hi.
Hello there. Great to be here. First time. I know practically nothing about 40k, so that's going to be interesting. But I like role-playing, and I do know Angeli and Sheepy, so this is fun.
Yay.
It's going to be so hype. Let's go back up and round to Angeli. Oh, hi, Angeli.
Oh, hi! Hello, sorry I almost didn't make it, but I'm here, yay!
And here for the intros, no less. Well done, you.
I'm like a crazy person. Hello, I am Angeli. I play Selena. She is awesome. Sort of rarely hits anything or does anything good, but I believe she's awesome. Hopefully not arrested this time.
To be seen. To be seen.
Technically speaking, you're still arrested.
Oh, crap.
Well, and I'm Scrat. You guys might know me from this channel. I play Jim Best, Desperado. Looking forward to seeing how we get out of this prison. Sheepy, shall we hand over to you, bud?
For the recap, because there's a lot to go through from last episode.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we can summarize real quick. You know, our safe house got raided. I willingly got arrested. Well, I mean, it made a lot of sense to me. I didn't fight it.
You ran away until it was clear you weren't getting away, and then willingly got arrested by accepting your fate.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was ready to fight. You know, there was a showdown. I was getting ready to sling guns, and then when they appeared, I'm like...
Yeah, it turned out it was the police, and you were like,
What, my gun only shoots heretics. I can't go shooting policemen, you know? Like...
True. Then you got taken to prison and introduced to your cellmate, who you intimidate. Did you fight him? Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah,
For the top bunk.
I exerted my dominance, yes.
Yes. And you gained the coveted top bunk.
Which I didn't actually sleep in either, actually.
No.
No.
Well, that's because the group ingeniously decided to break you out. Through many different methods, all of which were slightly worse than the next, I think. Selena, I believe, tried to seduce two guards and it failed.
No. I merely wanted them to come down the alley with me. And then
Is that what your kids call it these days?
And then I had to go dumb drunk bitch on them.
Yeah, which got you arrested.
Yes, it did.
I believe Korik was the one who finally came dressed as an Arbite to interrogate you, and Then another Arbite turned up to interrogate you along with him. You all kind of went off together. You showed him your tattoo, and did you say you were actually part of the Inquisition? I believe that's what happened.
Someone did. I wiped my tattoo off.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, Jim was like, look at my tattoo. I mean, look at me. I'm trying to kill all the heretics.
That's right. Jim showed off his tattoo and is like, check out this tattoo. And everyone was like, what the hell's that? A little bit later, an arbitrator turned up to interrogate him. Turns out he was a corrupt policeman come to break him out of jail because he belonged to the same cult that wears the tattoo. And Jim went, I'm with the Inquisition.
So great.
Jim makes a lot of bad decisions. Okay, yeah.
Which led to one of my favorite combat scenes ever, which consisted of Jim fighting handcuffs.
It's just Jim versus Jim.
And the end result of the handcuff fight was a dislocated shoulder, and he was still handcuffed to himself.
The handcuffs definitely won.
Yeah. There were some terrible roles going on there.
I fought the law, and the law won.
You didn't even fight the law, you just fought metal. Static metal. And then after that, eventually you were brought up to an interrogation room, and you were confronted with. Oh, what the hell is his name? Why do you name people these things, Sheepy?
Musculius, Regulus.
Marius Regulus Musculius.
That was it.
Who you all originally met as a foot massager in a brothel.
And a very good one at that.
Very good one, yes.
And then presumed dead when we burnt the brothel down, and all the people inside it.
Presumed dead when you killed everyone in it and then burned the brothel down. Turned up later as a intimidating drug dealer, and now has walked through the interrogation doors as and introduced himself as Inquisitor.
Yeah.
What
Marius.
doesn't he do?
I feel like I've missed a lot.
That was just one episode.
Yeah. The last episode took like this huge bend in where I thought it was going. Like, I was going this way, and it just took a left turn.
We were like, oh, shiny!
Went off road and never came back. They're off piste.
Yeah, it was great.
I'd like to say I'm ashamed, but I'm not.
No, it's, you have to prepare for these things. I know this, and yet I was still unprepared. So I think we've just had him introduce himself as Inquisitor Musculius, Regulus Musculius, and I believe he did he get rid of the? Did he like relieve the two players who were here last week?
Yes, and then we did like a little. This is where you've been sent off to, off-world somewhere, far away from us.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. They didn't do very well, and they got sent off to a Tyranid planet.
Yeah.
I remember now.
Yeah, they got punished.
A little bit.
Whoopsie.
I'm sure they'll be fine.
I don't think that was our fault, you know. That's...
Definitely not. Because all the other times we've been really, really good.
Yeah.
And therefore...
I mean, it was clearly their fault for not stopping you.
Yeah, exactly. We can't be held accountable for that.
So, welcome guests. You'll be carrying the party today.
Yes. Everything that goes wrong is
off.
everything that goes wrong is your fault. Just be aware of this.
Oh boy.
So yeah,
No pressure.
Inquisitor Regulus, Marius Regulus Musculius is standing in front of you. As I previously stated in the last episode, he is shirtless.
Yeah, why does he never wear clothes? I don't understand.
Have you seen him? Have you seen the art for him?
When you look that good, why would you wear a shirt?
Precisely.
How is anyone meant to get any work done? I say
You
it.
just avert your eyes. Just like
Tiny.
it's too nice to look at.
Just internal dialogue. So yeah, goddammit, Selena, you are an Imperial Inquisitioner. You can do this.
Come on. Look at the ceiling, look at the ceiling, look at the floor, look at the floor. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna stand like slack-jawed when he says that, just like I'm gonna look at Jim.
I'm real
I'm
struggling.
on a horse.
I'm really struggling with this. Are you or are you not a heretic?
No, I'm an Inquisitor.
He knows the password.
That's your password?
Yeah, we came up with it ourselves. We thought it would, straight to the point. Are you a heretic? Yes. Well, we kill you. Are you not? No. Then we don't kill you.
What if they lie?
How would they know to lie?
It's
That's
a pretty dangerous thing to lie about. Why would you tell anyone that you're a heretic? If you're not.
No, yes, good point. Okay, I think I have some insight into your previous missions now. So,
tell how we've done so well.
unfortunately, I've had to break my cover to come and bail you out of this situation.
We had it under control.
You did not. You were both in jail, about to be taken away by the cult.
That does seem like we don't have it under control, but I'm sure Jim had a great plan. Always has a great plan for these types of things.
How else do you find out where cultists are other than being taken away by cults?
Yeah.
Investigation, months of undercover work.
Oh, well, see, we were told that it had to be like too sweet. We had to be quick, fast, direct. We didn't have months of planning and things. We had, days.
I receive frequent reports from Inquisitor Vindictus. I do know what your mission is.
Do you think you could outline it to us? Just to make sure that, Inquisitor Vindictus wasn't lying to us. Obviously. We know what it is.
We got the impression that Vindictus isn't happy with your operation, which is why he sent us in. So you tell us
Yeah.
what you know, and we'll compare it to what we know.
Okay, I think I'm going to require a deceive from Jim.
Oh!
And Selena, what are you are you trying to lessen his bad opinion of you, or
Oh, yeah.
charm?
Sure.
God damn it, Selena, are you flirting?
Badly, as always.
Yeah, take a plus 20 for charm because he likes you.
Oh, yay.
Okay.
Ooh.
From last week, Sheepy still has a reroll, and Angeli has a reroll.
Okay.
Oh, I do. Yes, that's correct. But I don't need it because I succeeded. Because
You rolled well. Speaking of rolling well, Jim, would you like to re-roll?
I think I'd like to use one of those things and reroll. Yeah,
The fate points, yeah, maybe.
yeah.
Okay.
I think that seems like a good idea.
Okay. Yeah. I can't believe you rolled fucking 6. It's not quite in the range of crit success. 5 and below is where I count like a critical success. But he believes you for the most part, and I think he believes you because Selena's distracting him. He doesn't really read into your words or particularly look too deeply there because he's having a little bit of a stare off with Selena.
There's Jim's doing a lot of like, looking between the two. Unfortunately, our cam's in position, so I can't look both ways at both of you. But there's a lot of.
Is she like wiggling her toes at him right now? Is she, like...
In my thigh-high boots, yes. He can tell.
Oh, yeah. So. Well, be that as it may, you were assigned here to root out Heresy. I have been sending back regular reports about a cult which I've been trying to infiltrate. Unfortunately, I have only managed to get into the drug ring part of it. I have seen evidence that it runs deeper. Therefore, I requested assistance. I got you.
Lucky you.
Quite. So, seeing as I have had to break my cover, and I will now have to leave the planet, and start again, maybe.
And leave the campaign, says Sheepy Meta.
The chat won't allow it!
No, they won't. I have an assignment for you. Consider me to be speaking with Inquisitor Vindictus's voice, his orders.
Okay.
You will head to the planet of give Sheepy a moment to figure out which bloody planet it was, because he named some new weird things.
My, that's quite a mouthful.
Right?
Let's just call it blah.
I believe you're on Carsium right now, and I believe it was Menden that was the Hive World. So
Hive World.
You will head to Menden, the Hive World. We believe this is where the cult has laid most of its roots and has its headquarters, its leaders. They are the cult of the Harlequin Rose. That is all I've been able to find out. You should, while you're there, be assigned agents as and when needed. However, I'm going to give you my own crack personal squad for your use for a short amount of time. And he opens the door and he says, might I introduce you to the Heresy squad?
Ooh, good name.
Thank you. And you guys will file in. Let's say first in has to be Serendipity.
I guess. I guess you see like a small, but like well armored with like a much too like she's small. Her gun is not. I guess it's not a gun. It's a grenade launcher strapped to her back, and she comes in. She smiles. She's like, "Hi, are you who we're working with now?"
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
As GM, and I kind of like her grenade launcher to have some neon like scribbles on it and stuff.
Absolutely.
So like you can see on her grenade launcher, there's like some like quite nice artful drawings and like strange neon squiggles and stuff like that.
Looks so cool.
Next in is give Sheepy a moment. Varnicus.
Yeah. In walks this tall, fairly thin guy. He's got a big cloak, and he's actually got the hood drawn over his head, trying to kind of hide most of his face. And what you can see from the bottom part of his skin is that it's somewhat gray and covered in scars. It does not look pretty. And yeah, he just walks in, and from the shadow, you get the feeling like he's looking around. And he nods and then goes and stands in a corner.
Oh, he's weird.
Did you do the zoom out on purpose there?
I didn't do anything. I don't know how it did it. It just zoomed out.
It was perfect comedic timing for like back.
But I didn't even touch anything.
I have that effect on people.
Is that weak? I don't.
And then finally we have the last member, Aedion Varus, who we may have.
You see,
Oh, there he is.
yeah, I'm still here. Hopefully everything stays working.
We can hear you, okay?
Okay. So you see this, I'd say, average size, ruddy skinned soldier come in carrying what you recognize to be a heavy bolt gun. Bolt gun?
Yeah.
I don't know Warhammer, so
Heavy bolter works, yeah.
yeah, heavy bolt gun. Heavy bolter. Big ass gun. And he just kind of comes in, looks around at the group. Here we go again. Better not get in my way.
Okay. And the Inquisitor says, in about 10 minutes, you'll be escorted from this place, loaded up as if you were all prisoners, being taken off to some facility, and you'll be loaded aboard a interplanetary shuttle, which will take you to... How have I forgotten the name of the planet already? Which will take you to Armendum. You'll be subtly dropped in there.
That's how we roll.
And
Oh, okay.
he's gonna pause and look at you and be like, "You might be cute, but I've read your mission reports."
I mean, I'm pretty subtle. Jim, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
He blew up a brothel. I had nothing to do with that.
You initiated it.
Yeah, but I was pretty sneaky about it.
Do we have any idea
Just
what to
looks
expect?
over at him and raises an eyebrow. Do I even want to ask?
Probably not. In terms of what to expect, well, it's a hive world. Scum and villainy is what to expect.
That's where I'm from.
That's just for me to understand out of character. That's like the place where Necromunda takes place, right?
It's, yeah, Necromunda is a hive world, and Necromunda
okay.
specifically is like a hive city. Basically, it's a massive spire of like layers and layers of a city going up over like the clouds and everything, like massive. The lower down you go, the more impoverished it is, until you get to like basic wasteland of just all the trash from the city goes to the bottom, and then people live in it and they scavenge in it, and it's just a mess. So anyway,
I just have one question, Musketeer.
yes.
If this hive world seems to have heresy on it, why don't we just nuke it?
You mean aside from the thousands of millions of innocent souls on the planet?
Okay, it's a humanitarian mission. Got it.
Innocent.
Well, the other question is, do you have a nuke hiding in your large poncho?
I'm sure the Inquisitor must have some lying around somewhere.
Not really, no. Nothing that could perform a planet-wide exterminatus. It would take maybe a year to call in the Imperial Navy, by which point the heresy would have spread.
Fair. Although Jim's perception of the universe has just been severely altered.
Yeah, no, it's hive worlds have a ridiculous number of people on it, kind of packed into these big hive cities, and very often, I mean, to give you a decent example for everyone to get an idea of how things work in 40k and the Imperium. There are worlds that have been in a constant state of war for 1,000 years, just purely because they haven't got round to dealing with it yet. So sometimes it takes a while for stuff to get done.
Mm.
A lot of red tape.
Well, does anyone else have any questions before I go?
Do we expect any demonic presence there?
I would not rule it out. All signs point to this being a cult of chaos. Which type I cannot tell.
Are you staying here?
No, as I said, I have to leave this planet because I'm now a marked man.
Oh, where are you going? Ask your boyfriend.
For now, I'll relocate to an unspecified location.
Okay, well, it was nice to meet you. Finally, for real.
Well, we have met before.
Yeah, but not really.
No, yeah. In person, face to face.
Yes, but I thought you were a bad guy.
Are you talking about the time on the monitor or when I rubbed your feet?
I have to go really bad. Okay, bye. I will just turn.
You can see the hood lift just a little bit, and this puzzled scowl coming out.
So you're in prison still, technically speaking.
So yeah,
you can't leave the room. So what it would be is I have to leave by and then walk to a wall and just stare at the wall.
I'd just be like, well, that's out.
Well, actually, I'm now
Let me out,
leaving.
for goodness sake.
I'm now leaving. You have to stay here for a few minutes, and you're going to get picked up and escorted out.
Sure.
The seagulls will
Are
help.
video still working, or is it frozen?
It's in and out, yeah.
Frozen for me at the moment. But it's all good. We can hear you fine, so that's good.
I wish you luck. Try not to get killed. Try to be subtle. Think about maybe staying under the radar. And
Sure.
it looks like he's gonna say more. And then he just swishes out. He swirls his cloak.
He's got no shirt on, but he's got a cloak on.
Yeah. He's got like the you know like the M Bison. Yeah. He's got like that, and then he's just shirtless. And of course, when he swishes round and he walks out, it's ka-chink, 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 ka-chink.
I'm trying not to watch him go.
Slam. Roll me a willpower.
Damn.
I mean, you know.
Yep. Oh, I for something. Come on.
You get used to it.
Yeah, I succeed in my
You
ability.
do not succeed.
Oh, I don't
You rolled a 99.
Oh, I thought I read it the other way round. I was like, yay!
If you had a willpower of 99, that'd be very powerful. Would you like to reroll?
No.
Where are you?
The whole
Are you objectifying? Like,
Yeah. Let's go
now
back.
those hips don't lie. So
They do not.
you guys have probably 5 minutes or so until you're escorted out, picked up, and sent to the next planet. So everyone's, well, actually, Jim is still handcuffed.
Does anyone know how to get handcuffs of a person who has tied themselves up like a pretzel and may have a dislocated shoulder?
He was extricated, and his shoulder has been popped back. I believe his shoulder was popped back in.
That's true, yes.
That's how I recall it. I'm now cuffed again.
Sheepy, for my idea of how this works, Adion and Serendipity and I have worked together in the past, right?
You are a squad of, not really. You guys are basically the team that gets sent in when they know there's heresy to deal with it. So yeah, you've been working together for a while, directly under Musculius.
Serendipity would like sidle up to Selena and be like, "So wait, you thought he was evil because he rubbed your feet?"
It was a little bit more complicated than that. It was in a brothel. He was pretending to be a person of negotiable affection, and mistakes were made, mistaken identities. Then we broke into a warehouse where they were selling drugs, and then he was on the screen. So then that was like, oh, thought you were dead. Oh, you're a drug lord. Oh, you're not a drug lord at all. You're our boss. So that was whirlwind roller coaster couple of
He
hours.
spent 2 years on that cover.
Well, he obviously, it's not his fault that me and Jim are very smart and we're very good at breaking into things that, you know, are hard to break into. Isn't that right, Jim? Someone please get him out of these.
Sheepy.
Yes.
Sheepy, what kind of role would it be to, like, try and pick the cuffs?
That would be security.
Thank you.
Take a plus 10 to that as well. Yeah, if you put 10 in the modifier and then click OK. These cuffs are kind of bent and twisted. They've taken a bit of a battering. The mechanism seems to have locked itself on itself and got stuck in itself. You're not sure how he's managed this, but he's made them more inescapable.
Jim.
I just give him this look of what?
Can you help me out? Can you get me out of these things?
I'm trying, but somehow you've made them harder to get off. How did you manage this?
Fine, heresy.
Fighting heresy. Thank you, Selena, for that line.
I got you back. I got you back.
Because Jim was just sitting there like...
I rolled around on the floor while my mate beat going up.
Yeah, he'd rather not remember that.
Oh dear.
I
Okay.
just
Is he
step
always-
away. No. If someone else wants to give it a try, go ahead, but screw that.
I look
take
towards
Jim's
Selena.
Sword and just chainsawed through the chain between the two cuffs.
You're in prison. You don't have a chainsaw.
Yeah. Damn it! I keep forgetting.
They don't give prisoners chainsaws. I shouldn't have to tell you that.
Why not?
Not even the prison issue ones? Like,
Strangely, there aren't prison
Prison
issue swords.
Now, health and safety have approved these shivs and these shivs only.
Oh.
Well, maybe someone on the ship can handcuff you. Just hide your hands under your poncho. No one will know.
I'm sure once we're dropped with our gear, they will handle the cuffs as well.
Yeah.
God, I hope so.
Is he always like this? Asked
Yes.
Lena.
Yeah, the very best of the best, Jim Best.
Roll me
Oh.
deceive.
No, he is always like this, right?
I mean, he is always right like this, but then she added best of the best. So,
Oh yeah, well I didn't take that as trying to actually lie to me because
I did. Hence the roll.
Jim Best, Desperado, I might be a little down on my luck right now, but you put a pistol in my hand. I'll show you a thing or two.
Yeah,
great.
Like how to hit the floor.
Like your
with
pistol can
handcuffs.
stand up to this.
how to hit the floor and get yourself pretzeled up in handcuffs, but also how to kill an entire brothel full of people who are unarmed and have no weapons.
That is
no way.
me with a gun in my hand versus me without a gun in my hand, okay?
Would anyone
So-
else like to try and get Jim out of the handcuffs?
no, he can stay there.
Okay, cool. I'm happy with that.
Got himself into
This-
this mess, he can get himself out.
Does anyone here know how to talk to people at all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
real
saw I was
good.
quite charming. I'm not good at lying to them, but you know, I can be charming.
I've made it my business to root out heresy as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Are you a heretic? Get straight to the root of the problem.
I look at his handcuffs and I grin.
We had a bad 24 hours, but we're back.
It was like 6 hours. Just
Felt like
Marcus,
24.
how do we end up in these messes? Marcus, how do we end up in these messes?
Well, fixing other people's shit, that's what you get.
I thought they
Fair
brought
enough.
us in to deal with heresy, not to babysit.
Oof.
What is mean? Listen, we had a bad 6 hours, but before that, we were doing very, very well. We came down onto this planet, we knew bugger all about anything, and we found a drug ring and accidentally blew someone's cover, but we did find a drug ring, and we thought that was going to lead us to something different, and it has. We've gone a roundabout route, but we're back on track. Going to kill ourselves some heretics. So,
Then we're all on the same page.
yes. Not babysitting. We are very, very competent. Apart from Jim with his handcuffs on. Once he gets out, you'll see.
I mean, I would try and bash him against the wall or something, but these things don't go well.
Don't do it.
Oh, I see. So as soon as we put a gun in his hands, he will be the best,
Yes.
as his name proclaims. But the second you take the gun out of his hands,
Yeah. It's like his kryptonite. You know, he
It's-
needs that gun.
It's very much like, have you ever played a role-playing game? It's like a min-maxed all of my
that?
skills into gun handling.
I think you just made. Did you just make that up? Doesn't sound like a real thing.
Yeah, no, it's probably heresy. Don't worry about it.
so.
If what you just said is heresy, then wouldn't that make you the heretic?
We've all been undercover, Adian.
Yeah. We were undercover. It's a very, very thin line. We, you know, walk along it, sometimes fall over it, come back again. We're definitely we're on the side of good. Just something that way.
At that point, a guard walks in.
Stand to attention.
Um,
Thank God, finally.
No, I won't do it. I won't do it to you, Jim. It's cool. Stand to attention. You've been through a lot. And he looks at, I think probably Adion, and says, "Are you prepared to escort the prisoners out?"
Of course.
Good. Look official. Look like you know what you're doing. You two. You know what? You look like prisoners. It's fine. Just stay as you are.
Don't we need to cuff her?
Yes.
Did we bring cuffs?
I have cuffs. This is a guard here. Obviously in the know, but
Mm-hmm. I feel better already.
well, I will leave the door open. There is a APC waiting for you outside the building. When you're ready, just take them out. And he leaves.
All right.
Don't lock the cuff. You know, clip them on, but you don't have to lock them. It's fine.
Up to you guys. Do you want to lock the cuffs?
Did he leave the key with us?
Yeah.
Then we lock the cuffs.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
I sort of just grabbed him by the arm. Come along.
Pleasure working with you, by the way.
So you
After silence follows that.
you've been through here before, you three, and you take them quickly and directly out, load them up in the APC, and the APC starts driving. You're all in the back, kind of standard guards with prisoners type thing. You however don't go to the standard places. Like there's a few facilities where prisoners are taken, a couple of like penal camps almost. Instead you're taken to a launch area where shuttles occasionally take off. Most often they're loading on produce from the planet to be taken to a ship, then taken to other places. This time you're taken to a slightly larger shuttle, which is for the purpose of hopping from planet to planet. It looks more military than anything else. As you get out, at this point, everything is inquisitorial agents, and everything is arranged. So
we don't have to pretend anymore from here on out. I uncuff Selena.
Okay.
And I look over at Jim, and then at the personnel around us. Like, could someone fix this mess?
Have you tried the key?
I try the
Have
key.
you seen the state these cuffs are in?
Okay. Roll me a D100.
Oh wait, that's here.
Yeah. Unlocks.
Thank you.
Free Jim.
My wrists are getting pretty sore.
Do we have their gear here?
Yeah, it was loaded into the APC, like in a little box. So you guys got your gear back.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
You can now chainsword people, although I believe Selena, you don't have a chainsword, to my knowledge.
No, I was going to steal Jim's, and then I was going to
Okay.
chainsword the bit between his handcuffs. That was my plan.
Oh, yeah, it would have worked.
Yeah.
If you weren't in prison and arrested.
That little thing I kept forgetting.
Sometimes, it's one of those things you miss.
Yeah.
And you,
I'll hang the cuffs from my belt, by the way, unless someone gives us a hard time about that.
the mangled cuffs or the
No,
one?
no, the good ones, the new ones.
Okay.
Well, actually, why not both?
Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, more difficult to escape handcuffs can only be better, right?
We'll see.
So, do you guys want to jump on the shuttle?
Yeah. The scout has done it.
That's what happens, pretty much.
Okay.
Done everything we needed to do here.
So you guys jump on the shuttle. It's a couple of minutes before it's blasting off into the atmosphere, out into space. After that, it's probably about a 30-minute trip before you're kind of coming up on the planet that you've been assigned. You can see the hives from here. They're massive. There's one particular one that's a bit bigger than the rest, which
So
is
they're like a big spire sticking out of the city, right?
sometimes they will penetrate the atmosphere. That's how big they are. And one of the people on the flight, who you've seen a couple of times, maybe he brought in some recaf, maybe some biscuits. He comes back out again and says, "All right, I assume everyone has used a grav chute before. Let's start getting you hooked up."
Have we?
You three would have. I don't know about Jim and Selena.
We'll go last. We'll watch what you do.
Would this involve meta knowledge going through zero gravity?
No.
Yeah.
So, grav chutes are basically futuristic parachutes. They're a little bit like jump packs, except you don't really jump anywhere. It slows your descent. Basically means you don't die. Well, probably won't die.
Okay.
But we got to jump out there.
Basically, slows us down so we don't hit the ground at terminal velocity.
I might just need the quick lowdown on what all the buttons do. It's been a while. Jim lies.
I won't make you roll Steve on that one. So the three of you strap on your grav chutes. Like, you've been on enough infiltration missions to have grav chuted into places before, so this is fairly simple for you. Would you like to assist the other two in putting on their grav suits, or are you leaving them to it?
If I see them fumbling around with it, I'll probably nudge one of the others and say, "Do you want to help them?"
Yep, sure, let's do it.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll take Jim and then.
Yeah, Jim's not trying to make a mess of himself. He's realised what happens when he fights equipment, so he's just sort of staring at him.
Is he in his gunfighter pose as if it's about to attack him, kind of thing?
Yeah, just like holding it there, other hand not near his hip, but close.
Hovering.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Does Jim?
Sorry.
Yeah. Come here. I'm just gonna try and help him get it on.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can get them situated with the grav chute well enough.
Thank you very
And
much.
it's for the sake of narration, it's just one button that you have to hit. It's a big red button that you press, and it just slowly.
Not yet, though.
Oh, okay. I gotta say, jumping out of things, not
Okay.
my plan for today.
You only push this after we are out, but before you hit the ground.
Okay.
All right.
That's a big
We'll
window
signal
there.
you when. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, 10 minutes pass. The man who has been back and forth between the cockpit and the kind of backside of the shuttle comes, sticks his head out. All right, we're opening up. You should be good to jump.
Just like that. Great.
Praise the Emperor.
Oh yes, definitely.
Praise the Emperor.
Here we go.
Who would like to go first?
Me.
You.
That was fast.
Okie dokie.
Serendipity is like, out.
So I think it's one of those like cargo plane type back ends, which like slowly opens like that, and before it's even like a quarter of the way open, Serendipity has already run, like scaled up the ramp and just jumped out.
Whee!
I think that Varnicus, he's fidgeting with a shard of metal hanging around his necklace, and he keeps an eye on Jim, and like, I'll stay close just in case.
I mean, should be fine. It'll just be like going through the void, right? And Jim jumps out.
I jump along with Jim.
I fall shortly after.
Okay,
It's just me.
just Selena left.
Holding this rose in my hand, it's definitely changed colour to the colour of being absolutely petrified beyond all belief.
Yellow, probably.
Yeah, the color of urine. Yep.
Yeah. You know me too well, Scratch.
Gonna...
2 days later, we're joined by Selena.
just gonna push myself off, and you just hear a whole load of curse words
Yep.
from above. I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it!
So, as you guys are falling, I think you'll see Serendipity's thrusters, or let's call them thrusters for the sake of argument, go off first. Either she has a custom grav chute that she uses personally, or she's tinkered with this one because it is spitting pink flame. Next up, probably be Jim and Varnicus.
Yeah, I try to keep an eye on Jim as we fall, just to make sure that he doesn't mess up. Because worst comes to worst, I can press the button for him.
Sure.
Jim,
So
Jim's being a bit of a thrill seeker and trying to gain as much speed as possible.
All right, I use telekinesis to press his button.
yeah, okay.
Let's see. So I need to roll willpower, I think. Is that right?
Yeah.
And I get a plus from my fidgety thingy that I have around my neck. I only use one side, which means I get another plus. So that should put me on plus 20. Is that right, Sheep?
Yeah. And I believe
Whoops.
it's that's a failure. Would you like to use a fate point?
Am I going to create warp stuff while falling at terminal velocity if I don't?
Absolutely.
Let's go with a yes then.
What I will tell you is that you will succeed pushing the bottom regardless, but the failure just means you have to roll on the warp chart.
I haven't studied the warp chart that carefully. This is a good start.
I mean, this is the perfect time to study the.
I kind of want to see what happens, though. Yeah, I'll use a reroll.
Okay.
1, plus
Sheepy, am I
20.
not close enough that things would be?
Oh, there we go.
You jumped out, like you hesitated for a little while, and
Okay.
and serendipity just fucking went for it. So you're all face out. You rolled. Oh, the target was 77. Okay, that's good. Because I believe doubles also make you roll on the chart.
Yeah, I think only doubles do. Wait, what? No, what does the failure do then? I don't know. I'm not too well versed in the system yet.
Yeah. So is Jim and Varnicus, your grav shoots flame up, like flare up. Just standard blue jets coming out from kind of it's kind of like a little things coming off the top here, and then goes around the back. Just slows you down to the point where you're not going to break any bones or anything coming down. Next would be Alien. You're about at the point of where you should be opening your grav chute, as it were. Do you want to turn your grav chute on, or thrill seek and go?
Yeah, I'm just gonna click the button.
Okay. And then, yeah, your grav chute goes on, and Selena, you hit it last.
Might be sure I'm facing the right way.
Yeah.
I'm not at my most graceful in the air.
No, I won't make you roll something to stay like. I think, you know, unless you think you're a bit too panicked or anything, like.
Maybe. I'm pretty scared of this.
Okay.
And she's equally scared for Selena. It's like my worst nightmare.
Tell you what, roll me a willpower to see how much flailing happens during the descent.
So much. Oh, wait, is that good?
Yeah.
Yay!
I mean, there's probably, like, you hesitate jumping out, and as you're going down, you have a bit of difficulty staying stable, which has been a problem through this entire campaign. Let's be hidden scars. We have problems staying stable, but you managed to smack the button and you start descending. And let's get an athletics or aerobics test from everyone landing, which will be all of you. None of you didn't open your grav chute. That's a good start. We'll get pluses of 20 to Aiden and Varnicus, and 30 to Serendipity.
Just flat rolls for
Yeah.
Would be crap. Yeah, just flat rolls for you two.
Yeah, well,
Because you haven't done this before.
And it shows.
Ow.
I'm
Ow.
sticking with that as well. I'm not gonna re-roll that, you know.
Yeah. I at least land a little bit more graceful than Jim.
The only person who doesn't need to re-roll is Serendipity, who crit succeeded. So
I'll just wait down here for you guys while you figure stuff out. It's good.
the first thing you see with this would be Jim and Varnicus as you guys are coming down is Serendipity is on a picnic mat eating sandwiches.
Whenever you guys feel like showing up, you know.
Yeah.
just like splayed out, like relaxed and chill. It looks like she's been there for about an hour or so, maybe, which isn't physically possible, but she crit succeeded, so there you go. Would anyone like to re-roll?
No, I would not, Sheepy. Do your work.
Varnicus and Jim, you both crit failed with a high degree of failure. Just so you know.
And don't break both your arms.
For the sake of this isn't a deadly test. This is a test. If you crit fail, you're not gonna die. Something will happen, but you won't die. So it's up to you.
Selena's gonna land on top of you.
So I can just spend a fate point and reroll this.
Okay. Varnicus? I know.
I just apparently the magic thing was the other way around, so the power does not manifest if whatever. Next time.
Okay.
I have 2 heroes left. Ow.
Is there anything I can do from the ground to assist them? Is there such a thing?
Not with these rolls.
Well, I'm enjoying my tea and cheering them on.
You are chilling and watching the show that's about to unfold.
So to just confirming it is spend a fate point to reroll.
Correct.
Yeah. So you take the same roll again with the same modifier.
Yeah.
How deep a trench do we cut, Game Master?
Okay, so Aedion's rerolled. Selena, would you like to reroll?
Sure, why not?
You don't have to. As I said, it's not a deadly test, and you didn't crit fail.
No, okay, then I'll just keep it as it is. Yeah, I'll just pull.
What?
Okay.
What makes a crit fail?
95 plus.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So
94. I'll take it.
not what you rolled, but yes, what Jim rolled. So here is what happened. As you guys are grav shooting down, Jim's like, I got this. I know what's going on.
This feels a lot like void walking. I've got this.
Yeah. And he starts kind of, moving side to side, shaking a little bit, trying to speed up, and he crashes straight into you. And you guys, luckily, you're not going very fast because it's very close to the end of the jump. The grav shoots slow you down quite a lot by this point. However, you do both go head over heels and tumble and tumble and tumble. You end up both splayed out on the ground, right in front of Serendipity. Jim, your arms are handcuffed to both of your legs.
I'm guessing this means you didn't have your gun with you when you jumped. Because then this wouldn't have happened, right?
That's how it works.
Beverage? Anyone?
I push his elbow from my face.
Yep.
And I get up and dust off my robes, pull my hood back on. You can see the entire face covered in scars with this big brand on his forehead, purple eyes, but he quickly covers up again. That was a mess.
I'm still folded.
Yeah.
I check my pockets to see whether I still have the key.
No. It must have.
Those are the handcuffs that I had on my belt, right?
Yep.
They're now on him.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you for doing that, by the way, Sage.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm not at all sorry.
Yeah, no, Jim is resigned at this point. He takes Serendipity's heckle as par for the course. He would do the same. But he would like to try and break free of the handcuffs. Perhaps using sleight of hand to try and free himself.
Okay, minus 20. Because both of your handcuffs are handcuffed to both of your legs.
Important
They
question.
crossed in front, behind.
Like in front, so he's kind of like out like this, and then his legs are out like this too.
So could
You
I?
can roll
The question
a
is,
little bit.
could I do the splits right now? Technically.
I mean,
Because they're not crossed, but
yeah. Like you could do the
so
splits.
right to right, left to left. Got it.
Right to right, left to left. Not right to left as was last time. You're lucky.
I think perhaps I should have taken a second career as a contortionist. God damn it.
So
I look at Selena. He has a first career.
Selena's still in the sky.
Oh.
So what happens next? Because of Jim's failure and Adian's failure, Jim, you're like, actually, I think I've probably got this. And like, you guys see him start messing around. Like, one of his legs goes through the other leg, and then through like this, and it's kind of it doesn't look like it should work, but one of his hands come free, and he's like, I got this. And then Adian lands on his head, tumbles around with him, and then he comes up and it's back to where he was. The handcuff is handcuffed to his arm and to his leg again.
I hate handcuffs.
Just slowly start getting up, holding my head.
I feel like serendipity has popcorn now.
Rough landing.
Yep. Serendipity has. I'm rolling off that 8 degrees crit success.
Yeah.
So you now have popcorn.
And look over at Jim. Nope, not gonna ask. Nope.
Don't suppose anyone could give me a hand.
Wait, Jim. I heard mentioned that Jim had a melee weapon with what was it? A vibrosword or 40k terminology is not my forte.
Chainsword, yep.
Chainsword. Yeah. Can I see the chainsword on him?
Yeah.
Like, is it strapped as? Okay, I will take the chainsword
Okay.
and I will see if I can help Jim out. Okay.
D100.
Hold very still. Hold very still. Try to keep maximum distance between your limbs.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stand back.
Would you like to re-roll?
No.
I will
Okay.
gladly pay a fate point for Varnicus to reroll.
This is not even that bad.
That's not how it works.
Okay.
Hmm.
Selena, can I get a very slowly ascending scream? Like, it doesn't have to go super loud, but just like from far away to closer. And Selena just plants her boots in your back, and as you're like bring up the chainsword, just fly over Jim. The chainsword goes flying, like scuffs up some dirt. Congratulations! You've made it safely to the planet.
As always.
I mean, serendipity's fine. So, one of you, yeah.
Can I request a free custom skill, Game Master? I would
Okay.
just like to drop the -20 on moving around when cuffed in contortions. I'd just like to be able to roll around without -20.
You do realize that if you do that, they're never coming off, right?
I mean, stop telling me to do my worst. You're like, do your worst, and I'm like, I already know exactly where this crit fail's going. Sage put 2 handcuffs on him, getting double handcuffed this time.
Oh, this is
So-
great.
So the key's gone, right?
Oh, the key is. If you'd like to look for it, you can. It's probably in this area somewhere.
Mm,
Mm,
Jim's gonna look at Serendipity with kind of like puppy dog eyes.
ah, Fine. Would it be easier to look for the key or try and bust? Because they're metal. Like, you can't just bust them out of it, right?
I mean,
Well, that's what we were trying with the chainsaw.
We have many implements for breaking metal stuffs.
Okay, I'll try and look for the key.
that would be a probably a
Awareness?
scrutiny or
Oh.
scrutiny or awareness. Take a +10 to either.
Scrutiny or awareness?
So your awareness is based on your perception.
You said +10?
Yes. So your perception isn't terrible.
I tried.
Yeah. You look around for a while. It's not a massive key, and there was a fairly large landing zone.
Yeah.
So
Also, we took a bit of a tumble on the way there.
plus,
Yeah.
like halfway through, you realize your tea's probably getting cold. You should drink.
Oh, my tea! Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jim. I gotta get back.
Thanks for trying serendipity.
If anyone else like to awareness or
Yeah, I will definitely go and help. I walk over to the chainsword. I pick it up.
I was about to say, how far off did that chainsword go again?
not far.
I would like to try and help Jim in some way. I don't know.
I mean, a bullet to the head would probably help.
Well, I have a new last pistol now, so
Just suggesting things as the GM here, but
Okay, look, I know how these chainsword
Varnicus
things.
went for the sword. I'm gonna. Yep, seeing that Varnicus went for the sword, I'm gonna see if I can try to find that key.
okay. Yeah, scrutiny or awareness.
we could just break both of your hands,
Look,
Jim.
Scrutiny.
Selena,
Through the cuffs.
I know how this chainswording stuff goes. I'd rather lose my
Modifier.
feet than my hands.
Yeah. This is.
Given how you've
Target
managed to mess
modifier.
yourself up, it's probably going to be a bit of both.
Maybe one of each.
All right, how's this? I hold the chainsword in place. I do not move it.
Okay.
You actually push with your new bracelet.
Romeo D100.
Can I roll sleight of hand?
Not yet.
Ah.
At least this way it's not my fault.
And if you're looking for the key, Adion, roll me a scrutiny or awareness.
Sorry, am I rolling the D100 or is Sage?
Right, target modifier on that.
Sage is rolling the D100.
Oh, sorry. I
yeah, plus
figured.
10.
Trying to-
You did. Would either of you like to re-roll? You both crit failed.
I-
It's not. I'm gonna say this again. It's not deadly.
I should probably be a good guest here. I will. Yes, I will use another 8 points.
Maybe I should just
I'm
take.
fine with mine.
Scratticus.
Looks like
There you
we
go.
I'm not doing anything with anything sharp. I'm fine.
Okay. You start revving the chainsword. It doesn't. It's broken. Something's wrong with it. For the record, what would have happened with the crit fail is it would have been in basically like overdrive mode and would have fired the teeth of the chainsword all over the place. Not deadly, but
You're-
painful.
You're welcome.
Look, I'd like to try and use my sleight of hand to
Okay.
move my left ankle to my right
Yep.
hip
Okay.
to pull my gun out with my left hand.
All right.
I want to put my gun into my right hand, which is my shooting hand,
Yep.
and put the gun real... Aim the gun.
Real close to my foot.
Aim the gun at the chain.
I take a few steps back.
Yep.
Serendipity is watching this very excitedly.
Aim the
Okay.
gun at the links of the chain closer to my left foot than my left hand.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Any modifier?
No.
Oh, come on! Come on!
Oh gosh!
I would like to use a fate point to re-roll, please.
Absolutely.
You're gonna roll 73.
Oh, you called it. 74!
They call me this age for a reason.
Well, okay then. Good news. You learned something new. You can fit your legs behind your head. Bad news. You weren't trying to, so...
I just want to go to Serendipity and just say, if you could not mention this bit in your report to the Inquisitor, that would be really great for us.
This has been the most entertaining.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
like-
we're great at that. We also, yeah, if you could just leave that bit out of the report, though, that would really help me. I mean, us out.
We'll see.
I've made note of your objection.
Don't put that in the report either.
Everyone, roll me awareness. Jim, awareness will be -10 because your legs are behind your fucking head at this point. And
So
you're
what?
slightly distracted. For
Awareness?
yeah, awareness.
I succeed. I'm so aware.
Modifier? Nah.
Yeah, was there a modifier? Sorry.
No.
No.
It's-
Okay.
I mean, you guys are rolling well. When it's not for Jim. Every time it's for Jim. You guys roll.
Points at all of my rolls somewhere.
Yeah. So you have landed in kind of the outskirts of this hive city. All of this area is like there's like a kind of open square space, which you assume at one point was maybe like a town square or something, you know, long ago. What it is now is mostly ruins, rubble. It's kind of like a dumping place for scrap and old bits of building, things like that. So you got like windows here and there, all that kind of thing. So Selena, Varnicus, and Serendipity, you hear rocks dropping. And it sounds like someone scrabbling around, kind of in front of you to the left, where there's a large, like, group of rubble based.
I pull out my grenade launcher and aim it in that direction.
Yeah.
I pick up the picnic blanket.
I curse loudly at my handcuffs.
Done. No roll needed, thankfully, for that one.
I shove Jim behind some rocks.
Oh.
I'm not going to make you roll for that, because I just assume you're going to crit fail and Jim's going to get a concussion. Would any of you like...
I failed my perception roll, but I would see Serendipity point her weapon, and then I'd point my weapon in a similar direction.
I was about to say, because
Yeah.
we've all been distracted by Jim, would any of you like to say an alert of some kind, like, you know, movement?
I will pull out my pistol just to try and look professional in front of the people who obviously know what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay. And there's a very mostly silent pause while you're scanning the ruins. I'm just gonna assume at this point Jim's swearing at his handcuffs. So there is that.
The air is very blue around Jim right now. Very blue.
Yeah. Jim, would you like to do something before this scene happens? Like, would you like to try to escape again?
I'd love to try and escape again.
How would you like to try and escape again?
Poorly.
I mean, that's like a given at this point, isn't it? Which is funny because you've got good skills in sleight of hand. It's just the rolls weren't with you.
Jim is seriously considering going sore on this right now and
laughing so much at Jim's pain.
Very much considering blowing off his right foot just so that his gun hand is free.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to get to your gun first.
Where did my gun go?
You've still got it. It just, you tried to get it and you ended up with your legs behind your head.
Okay. I would like to try and get hold of my gun again.
Okay. Sure.
No, I can't watch him struggle. I'm just going to get his gun for him and put it in his hand.
That will mean that you're not, readied for whatever's about to happen.
That's fine. Jim is a much better shot than I am.
Okay. You have your, as you're about to, you've just, extricated your legs from the back of your head. As you're about to try again, Selena.
Jim, there you go. Just stop it.
That's possibly the harshest thing that happened to Jim today. That pity stop it was harsh. Ooh.
Jim maintains eye contact with Selena. Thank you, Selena. And maintaining eye contact will try and blow his right foot off.
Wait, you're gonna try and blow your right foot off?
I'm blowing my right foot off so that my right hand is free.
You could go for the chains, but the chains are there.
Nope. It's time for self-mutilation.
What's wrong with you?
At this point, even if I succeed, at this point, even if I fail, how much worse can it go than blowing your own foot off, It's foolproof, right?
I will.
Both your feet off? Blowing my feet off? I need my feet. Many reasons.
I would not challenge the DMs, though.
But it's so much
How
fun.
much worse can it get? That is inviting disaster.
I know how much worse it could get. So, if you want to, mate.
All right, no, I'll aim at the chains.
No. If you want to blow your foot off, you can play. I've adjusted. I've adjusted to what's happening.
I think if there's a possibility that someone is coming on the party, that they would panic and decide they need to get out quick, and the quickest way would be to, boom, slip the chain off.
That is true. Okay. Roll me to hit with your weapon.
Oh, dang. If you chop my foot off, I'm going to be so worried.
Can I have full aim on this?
I'm glad I'm the one.
No, but it will be blank. Yeah, the pluses from that.
So no aim. Point blank.
Yeah. I'm saying no aim because basically you said you would be rushed.
Standard shot, not semi-auto.
Also, you said that we were maintaining eye contact.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I won't give minuses for that. It's fine.
Shut up! He couldn't aim because he was looking at me.
And that roll of 71 would have only narrowly beat my sleight of hand if I tried to do anything else.
Yeah. I think it would have been exactly on point with your sleight of hand, which is 71.
Yeah.
So, being 0 degrees of success. Still a success, but goddamn. I feel bad at this point. I do. So yes, you shoot off the chain. You shoot off the chain on your left side.
Right side. I'm trying to get my gun hand free on my right hand side.
So you're shooting with your left hand on
Yes.
the. Okay, so technically speaking, that would be a -10.
Okay.
But that's fine because you rolled an 88, which would make it 78, still a success. So your gun hand is free. You still have chains on the other one.
Yes.
As a group of 5 individuals walk over the rubble, and I'm gonna go with your previous awareness tests. They look rough. They look like scavengers. A couple of them have pistols, and the rest of them have basic melee weapons, pretty much. And the one at the head of them has a big spiky green mohawk. And he looks down and he says, "Oh, look, boys. Looks like we've got some rich ones. We should be able to get a pretty throne for this lot." And then they start making their way down towards you.
Sounds
Can
like
I-
heretics to me. Time to shoot.
How far away are they?
They're a reasonable distance. Like, at a run, for example, you could get to them within a turn. Turn and a
Okay.
half.
I
Chat.
have no idea how long turns are and how far that is.
Give me an idea of how far what you're wanting to do is.
Well, if they're within 20 meters, I can crush.
Yeah, they're a bit further away than 20 meters, I'd say.
All right.
Are
Easily
you-
within 150? All right.
Very, very easily within 150, yes.
Chat raises an
Um,
important question. Do any of them have bolt cutters?
I have a bolter.
I mean, no, they don't. Unless chat's gonna like come to your rescue at this point.
What good are they to us?
So I take it you guys would like, well, you 3 who are not distracted would like to engage them.
When they're at 40 meters, I would like to open fire. Yes.
40 meters is the range of your weapon, I'm guessing.
Well, my blast pistol is 30, but my side power is 40. So as soon
Okay.
as they get that close,
All right. So they're probably about 60 meters, which is in range for Serendipity and Aedeon. Let's get a initiative roll, which is a 1d10 plus your agility bonus, which is the 10 digit in your agility. So if it's like 35, it would be 3. If it's 45, it would be 4. These guys have a...
oh, I need to select a token first. It says
just do roll 1d10. It's, yeah. Ooh, nice.
Sorry, what's the modifier? How do we work it out?
It's plus your agility bonus. And Jim
might-
and Selena do that too.
Let's say
Oh,
any-
wait.
It's the tens digit of your agility score.
Okay.
So if your score, like for example, -41, so it's a +4.
Cool.
I rolled the
Jim.
wrong thing there. I rolled the wrong thing. Sorry, there you go. That's regular initiative.
Okay, there you go.
Oops. My iPad doesn't like all these weird things. It's rolling all sorts of weird stuff.
Yeah, sorry. If my agility says 34, I add +4.
it's 3.
3.
Thank
+3.
you. Thanks.
+4.
Okay. Wow. I was all of the special forces team, all of the Heresy squad rolled crit success 10s. It's like
Babysitting.
It's like a trend where you get useful players every episode, and they just come in and they're just like, we're good. We'll just do all this shit. So,
We called it right from the beginning, didn't we?
I think Jim peaked when he burned down that brothel.
yeah, me too.
Thank you very much for the donation, Mad Rogue, who gives a critical coin flip to me because Jim might need it.
Yeah.
Might.
Yeah. What's a critical coin flip?
Might.
Because I
well,
don't believe we've got that.
We roll a 1d2. We flip a coin. If I get a 1, it's a critical fail. If I get a 2, it's a critical success.
Oh God. Okay.
50-50.
I mean, with Jim, it's probably like.
Is it for you to use when you wish? Is it like something you have in reserve now?
Yes, I can use it on any roll.
Good.
Okay, so
Oh my.
first up is going to be Aeon.
Yeah, I'm just gonna open fire on these guys with my heavy bolter.
So there'll probably be full auto, which means you don't have time to aim, but you do get the full auto effect. No, you can. I think you can half aim actually. So if I go through the gear, it would be half aim, short range, full auto. Yeah, there you go. And I still need to do the initiative, so.
Aim, short range, full auto. Any other modifier to it?
No.
Full auto. Firing mode?
What are the options in firing mode?
Normal, overcharge, maximal, overload.
Normal. Okay, so yeah, you succeed
We didn't put what
Yeah.
I had in there.
with the ammo's fine. Don't worry about it. So, you hit. So go ahead and roll me damage, which is just above where hit was. Oh, goddamn. So. 1 second. I'm just going to do this because you didn't specify who you go. Okay, interesting. So you kind of like swing round and just brace your heavy bolter, aiming at the guy on the left of the group. From your perspective, at least, it's the right of their group, and just open up this like steady burst of bolter fire. Keeping in mind that this is a full auto weapon, it is a big, bulky machine gun, basically, that can be used on a tripod as well, and the bullets explode like grenades. How do you kill this guy?
Nice.
Like, is it just a hail of bullets that just leave like a bloody stain, basically on the wall?
This guy is just completely shredded. Just bits of him everywhere.
Okay. Next up is between Varnicus and Serendipity. What are your agility scores, guys?
34.
Me too. Twins.
Well, you are being difficult.
I go first. There.
Who would like to go first?
The purple from my eyes starts bleeding out. I fidget with the thing around my neck, and hopefully, let's see how that works. Hopefully, the guy with the mohawk, the leaderish dude, flies backwards. But first, I need to figure out. They're not within 20 meters yet, right?
No. And also,
Not.
important question, Selena.
Yes.
You moved away, right?
I'm standing next to Jim, so wherever Jim is, that's where I am. So I don't know how far away I am.
So they probably moved forward a bit, and you probably moved back a bit.
Yeah.
I'll say you're out of range, so you don't mess with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be super sad.
Yeah.
I try to do nothing. You do nothing. Selena just stops you.
Sorry?
Sorry.
Selena has some stuff that messes with psychic powers, but she's out of range, so you don't need to worry.
Okay, that's good to know.
Oh boy.
I look at him menacingly.
Maybe I was closer.
That's
So you roll on the.
nope, only on doubles.
Is it only on
It-
doubles?
Yeah, it's if you succeed the willpower check, the power manifests, and if you roll doubles on the willpower check, you get weird magic stuffs.
You're rolling it at normal strength. So you can roll your psi rating with normal strength.
Yeah. No, I
Or you
use
push.
2. So I have a psi rating of 2.
Yeah.
Which I need to actually get the range going.
Yeah.
This is my normal strength. Yes. So I don't overcharge. Therefore, it doesn't fail on everything but doubles, which it would if I overcharged.
Okay. Yeah. So if you wanted to hit them now, just for future reference, if you wanted to hit them now, you could push, and that would increase your psi rating by plus, which will give you the extra length.
Okay, because they're not within 40 either.
They.
'Cause-
Yeah, basically.
all right.
So you can add up to 4 on your psi rating, but it
increases the difficulty of the check, and it increases the likelihood of weird stuff happening.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I try to look at him menacingly, realize he's too far, and duck next to Jim behind the rocks that I pushed him under, and wait until they're closer, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Duck behind with Jim. Sure.
So you're standing right next to me now.
Damn it, Selena.
Yeah. Am I aware that Selena has this disruptive influence on me? Is this something I know? Is this something I've noticed when I met her? Oh
Probably
wait, I have Synescience, so
Yes,
I'm
probably
actually aware. Let's see, where is that? That's somewhere over here. That one. Modifier?
Just standard.
Just standard. No.
Yeah, you're not aware.
All right. Damn it, something's wrong.
Well, you don't know that yet. So next up is
Because 34.
no, it's actually
We have
yeah,
the
no,
exact
yeah,
same
yeah,
initiative.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's serendipity.
Oh yes.
I'd like to see how big of a boom I can make.
You'd like to use the grenade launcher.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Pretty sure someone said we should be subtle. I love it. You're part of the team now.
So, roll me a 2-hit.
Okay.
It's on. It should be on there for you.
Yep, and that says half, no, full.
So with a grenade launcher, I think half aim.
Okay.
And then short range.
Short range.
It will be standard.
Standard. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. And no additional modifiers.
No modifier. And it asks ammo. I assume it's single. I'm just doing one shot, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's normal overcharged, maximal overload.
Just normal.
Okay. Aw, boo!
Would you like to re-roll that?
Yes!
So mark off a fate point and do the exact same roll.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to pull something up because we have to...
Aw, boo!
Interestingly enough, roll me a d5.
Okay.
Because this is grenades and grenade launchers, we have something called scatter.
A4.
Okay. And now the next thing we need is once Sheepy finds his bloody grenade table. Roll me a d10.
I like these ongoing rolls.
Hmm.
A 7.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Photon flash grenade. Which is
An exciting light show for everyone.
these grenades explode with intensely brilliant light that overloads unprotected eyes with temporary blindness and make for excellent non-lethal weapons. Any character within the blast radius of photon flash grenade, when it detonates, must succeed an agility test or be blinded for a number of rounds equal to the degrees of his failure. Which means 3 of these guys are going to have to make that because the blast radius is quite large.
Yay!
These guys being the baddies, right?
Yes.
Yay!
Okay, good. Just checking, because misses or.
It was a miss. It wasn't a crit fail.
Oh, fair enough.
Crit
Yeah.
fails are where you gotta watch out for that kind of stuff.
It wasn't a crit fail. Crit fail could be bad, but that was a 2 degrees failure. It means it goes off course, but not far enough off course, and the scatter meant that it actually bounced back towards them a little bit. So it caught 3 people
Good.
instead of 2. Okay, so you won't know this as characters. 2 of them are blinded for 4 turns,
Nice.
and 1 of them is blinded for a turn.
Nice.
Which, okay, so for anyone who's wondering what the D10 roll is, this is a Sheepy special custom grenade launcher that I made.
This one.
Yeah, it is basically a randomized grenade launcher that fires all grenades, and Serendipity never knows what she's firing when she fires it.
I.e., it's the most fun possible.
Yeah,
Grenade roulette.
Yay.
basically.
Yeah. So I imagine she's quite small and her grenade launcher is quite large, and she's just like holding it, kind of like letting it shoot off, and is pleased with pretty much any results.
I'm gonna say, for the sake of the narrative, which I always enjoy, when she fires the grenade launcher, she jumps, fires it, and does a backflip and like flies backwards and then lands.
Yeah.
Whenever you fire the grenade launcher, you move back 5 feet, let's say.
I love it. But she's gotten so accustomed to it that she kind of does a flip with it every time.
Yeah. She fires and the kickback like flips her. She does a backflip and then lands, and she's like, then puts the gun on her shoulder, like, yeah.
Show off.
Just having fun blowing up heretics. It's fine.
I'm trying to remember what film this reminds me of. Carry on.
So the non-blinded evil guy, I guess. We never really established what they were. You guys didn't stop to check. It's fine. They were very clearly about to assault you for some reason.
Which makes them heretics.
Yeah.
They were very clearly hostile, so
Yeah.
we were justified.
The one who isn't blinded says, "Oh God, they killed Jim! Quick!" I always said he was unlucky. Quick!
I briefly glance over at the guy in the handcuffs, but he's still there.
Yeah. Let's get them. And because he hasn't realized that they're blinded. So he runs towards you. And the others, I guess we'll do a roll for this. Okay. One of the other ones runs right at you. He can't see. I'm gonna. Oh, well, that's okay. That's that guy. So he runs at you. He's got a pistol. He's kind of like, he's not confident enough to shoot, I don't think, but he's, waving his pistol in your general direction. The other guy who's running at you has what looks like kind of like a meat cleaver type thing. The other two run in like horizontal to where you guys are. So one turns around, runs left. The other turns around, runs right. And that brings us to Jim and Selena. And you both had 6 initiative. So what are your agility scores?
40.
41.
Jim goes first.
I would like to do the I've forgotten the name of the show just as I was about to quote it, which is really annoying. Which is common for me actually. I do this all the time. The hard-boiled thing where you lean out from behind the rock and just shoot.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that.
So this will be half aim.
Half aim.
Standard range.
Standard range.
Let me look at your gun. I don't know if you have semi-auto and auto. Yes. You actually apparently you have single shot or full auto.
I think it's gonna have to be full auto.
Okay.
What, I can do 6 per round?
So for every degree of success you get, you add another hit.
That's gonna make it difficult. Okay, that's fine. Let's put full auto ammo. There we go. Firing mode. Normal. I've got overcharge, maximal, or overload.
Yeah, normal. So just for the record, when you guys are shooting guns, the normal, maximal, overload is plasma weaponry. None of you have plasma weapons, so don't worry about that. It's always normal.
All right.
But would you like to reroll that?
Definitely.
Okay.
Okay, so we have half aim.
Yes.
Standard range.
Yes.
Full auto. That's why it's so low. Okay, we're going full auto. And I'll put my ammo back up in a second because this is going to take out of my ammo again. God damn it!
Wow.
I cannot roll for toffees!
I'm just gonna.
Oh no.
Again. The guy who was running off to the left on that firing, he's like, "Oh shit, I'm running in the wrong direction," and like kind of cuts around. He's not running at you. He's running like diagonally to you, so he's going to be running closer to you, but he's running still pretty much in the wrong direction. The other one doesn't notice. Apparently, he was also deafened and blinded, and it's possible he's an idiot because he's still running off to the right.
Okay, cool. That was my last fate point as well.
Okay. Selena, you're up.
Well, there's someone running in a diagonal thing towards me and Jim, so I better shoot him, I guess. Everyone else is blowing stuff up.
Okay.
Want to be part of the team.
Sure.
How do I do this? Do I just press the word hit?
Yes. And let me have a look at your weapons so we can...
It's a hot shot las pistol.
Ooh, nice.
I have half aim, no aim, full aim.
So it will be half aim.
Half aim.
You can either fire it single shot or semi-auto.
I've got point blank, short range, standard range.
It would be standard range.
Standard range. Submit. Oh, got questions. I guess standard for shooting.
Is it standard or single?
Standard, semi-automatic, full auto, cooled shot, suppressing fire.
So standard will give you a bonus to your ballistic skill for the roll. Semi-auto means that when you fire, 2 degrees of success means an extra hit. So if you get a success and then 2 more degrees of success, you get 2 hits, basically roll damage twice.
Sure, let's gamble on that.
Okay.
Yes, because we've been rolling very well today.
And no modifiers or anything, just standard.
No, yeah, straight up.
Wait, why do you already asked me this? Bloody hell. Normal overcharge, maximal overload. Why is it asking
Normal.
3 questions?
Yeah, there's a lot of Oh,
Ah, yay!
2 degrees.
Yay!
Roll me damage twice.
Yay! First time I shoot something.
Holy crap.
Sweet.
So that first one is a crit on your damage, which means you are possessed by the Emperor's Wrath, which means you roll to hit again.
Ooh, how exciting!
Basically, if you roll a crit success on your damage, you attack again, because 40k. For a fun fact, while Selena's doing this, I was GMing my Rogue Trader campaign recently, and the Orc rolled success twice on a melee hit. So he rolled and hit 3 times and did 80 wounds of damage in one
I haven't done
go.
the second one.
You can reroll if you like.
It's long-winded, isn't it, to read? I've got one reroll. That's
I'll tell you this as well. You kill him. He did.
Oh.
I mean, penetration 7 for a start. Like his armor is 3.
Rip
Oh.
that guy.
Would you like me to narrate the death, or would you like to do it?
yes, because I don't know what just happened. I'm just like, I just got this pistol. Some guy gave it to me a couple of episodes ago. I'm like, no, you normally use a whip, but sure. And then I've blown its face off.
So I think Selena, having seen the professionalism of the 3 Heresy squad members, she's like, I can be professional. I just hope no one is watching this, and like stands up and takes aim and is like, I don't like guns, and just kind of like, looks down the aim, and this like blast of like laser energy comes out and just goes straight through the guy's leg, like at the knee, and he like crumbles to the ground. He's like on all fours, starting to pick himself back up. He knows where he is now. He knows where the enemy is. He spins round, and you snapshot again, just straight through the head, and he goes down on his back. Like,
Jim, did you see that? Did you see that, Jim? Totally blew his brains out.
I said stay down.
Damn, Selena, you should use a gun more often.
Maybe.
So we go back to the top of initiative, who I believe is Adion.
All right. So there's the one I obliterated.
Yep.
There's the one who went to the left that Selena just took care of.
Yes.
There's the idiot that went to the right.
Yep. And then there's two.
And
running at you. There's two running at you, and one of them is blinded. They're in cars.
And the one that and the one that's
Sorry, I'm
not
practically
blinded
outside.
is like the leader of this bunch.
The one who was blinded, but is running at you is was the one who spoke. Oh, sorry. He was the one at the top who was like, well, these guys look like they have money. And then the one who spoke is the other one who isn't blinded.
Okay, so I'm gonna open fire again at the one who's not blinded.
Okay. They are close enough that if you get enough successes, you might have enough hits to hit both of them, because you have a heavy bolter and it's full auto burst.
Okay, so half aim, point blank, short range.
It will be short range.
Yeah, short range, because the range on this thing is pretty good.
Yeah.
Short range, full auto. Any other modifier?
No.
Full auto. That's for plasma weapons. Can I re-roll that?
You absolutely can, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna spend one of my fate points and re-roll that, because that kind of sucks.
I mean, you guys haven't been rolling all 80s and 70s. It's been the two regulars today, and I feel bad at this point that it's been so, like, sometimes.
Oh, come on!
You know what? I take it back. So,
See, even worse.
We are not the best.
Let's give the guy. Can you re-roll, or is it one time and then you blow your head off?
So this is a critical fail. However, it's not a plasma gun, so it's not gonna hurt you. What happens is you have just finished, like, you hefted your gun, you blew this guy away, like, up against the wall. You swing your weapon round to the two who are now charging at you, and you're like, eat hot lead. And then click, 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 click.
Well,
And Varnicus, it's your go.
Seems like we're not the only ones, Selena. Professionals, huh?
Okay, so picture there's a couple guys left. 3.
Sorry.
And they're kind of all over the place.
I just need to give a little bit extra to Adian here. It's going to take you 2 turns to fix the jam in your gun. You are at the front of the line, and you have 2 enemies running at you. Just so you know. Seeing as you took a shooting action, technically speaking, you used up your whole turn. I'm going to give you a little extra time. If you'd like to run away, it's up to you. You can move a little bit.
I am gonna find some cover.
Okay.
That.
Yeah, you can move. It's not going to be enough to get you away from them. If they fire at you, you've got a little bit of rock that you can hide behind. Give you a little bit of bonus to that. Sorry. Barnacus.
Yes. The Mohawk guy was in front of Adion, running at him, right?
Yes.
Is he close to me?
Yeah, they spent a turn
Alright.
charging. I will also say that the guy who was running to the right, really, really dumb. He rolled a crit failure. Your swearing brings him back.
He's
to
off.
me. He's coming this way now.
All right.
He's a little further away.
I grasp onto the shred of metal, and I grasp the Mohawk guy, clenching my fist, and, well, whatever else happens, we will see. Probably not much, because I'm standing next to Selena, and I have no idea what she can do.
Selena, I think it's time to reveal what you do to people with psychic powers.
Oh dear. Well, I squish those psychic powers into nothingness. Yeah, I am an untouchable, and so, yeah, basically, your powers fade away into a spiritual abyss. Yeah.
Okay.
You have to make. Where's my solar sword?
Yes, let's.
Oh yeah, so characters within WPB, I don't know what that means, meters of the untouchable suffer a -10 penalty to those tests.
Okay.
So,
He is within range of your.
Mhm. So my willpower test becomes 10 harder than normal.
Yes.
All right. Now, normally it would get. I would get a +10 for my psi focus, so let's cancel that. So that's +0 then. Is he within 10 meters?
Yes. I
All
would
right.
say yes.
Then I'll stick with a single psi. So then I get a +10, effectively. What's going on? Do
It's not double.
I have no idea what she's. No?
Do you have any lore?
I have Astra Telepathica, or what's it called? I do
Yeah,
have lore of Adeptus Astra Telepathica.
and that's scholastic, I believe.
Common lore. I also have Forbidden Lore of the Warp, though. If that's maybe more relevant.
They would both work. I would say the Forbidden Law would be a standard roll. The Adeptus Telepathica would be probably a -20. Just purely because it's
What?
a common law, and this is not very common.
Yeah. So standard, you said?
For the
All right.
Yeah, you know what this is. Selena is a mutant, basically, who is utilized to cancel out psychers, and it's very, very useful against rogue witches and Xenos.
I scowl at her, and then I curse Musculus for not telling me this.
Mm.
I
Would you
scout
also-
back at you, and also cursed him. Damn his rippling pectoral muscles. Damn them.
Don't make me make a willpower test again.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Would you like to also scuttle out of possible range? Like, you don't know how.
Yeah, if there's more cover to be had, one movement back, then
No, you'll have to go out of cover to get out of the influence of Selena's fear.
I kind of like cover. I say, get away from me. And that's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, my feelings.
Serendipity.
Sorry, Aunt Julie. I know that last time we clinched as well, but this,
It's just how it worked out this time.
yeah.
Serendipity. Please save everyone.
I mean, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna take my big grenade launcher and prep it again and just shoot. And
Would you like to go for the two in the?
yeah, Or like team, because they're kind of together, the two.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm aiming for sort of between the two of them. I think that's still away from everyone's hiding. Everyone's hiding behind rocks right now, right?
There is a very, very small chance that Aedeon could get caught up in it if you scatter the wrong direction.
I don't mean to. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's not.
Don't worry too much about it.
No, you
Oh,
plop
damn.
it. You plop it down right, like just. If someone took a ruler, it would be exactly equal distance between these two people's feet. And
Dead
of
center.
course, you jump up as you fire, and do a backflip and land again 5 feet backwards again, and roll me a 1d10 to see what grenade this is.
Yay! I like that I'm also like
See,
getting a little
yeah.
bit away from them every time I do this.
Yep.
God. Is that what I think it is?
Uh-oh.
I like that you just said that, and I'm excited. It's something fun.
Oh God.
Oh
Oh,
no, maybe not. Maybe I take that back.
Okay. So I'm not even gonna say what this grenade is
Oh,
because
no.
I think I have to search for another chart. However,
Grenade.
huh?
The confetti grenade.
I mean, it depends how this turns out, but so these grenades use mind-altering drugs or even exotic energies to induce a variety of short-lived psychological states and delusions. They're
It's a
often
mind maggot grenade.
It is a hallucinogenic grenade. And I'll tell you this, it's the only one with a big enough radius to also catch Aedeon in it.
Oh
Oh great! I got caught in the bad acid trip grenade.
And now the
Jim is
important
gutted.
question is, where the hell is this goddamn cable for the hallucinogenic effects?
Oh boy.
no! Oops.
Well, so much for fixing my gun.
I mean, you might be able to resist this? I can't find-
Question mark?
Jim's gonna run straight into it. Give me that sweet, sweet cloud.
I don't like this.
You had to roll you had to crit succeed again, didn't you?
It's what I think serendipity does. I feel like she might be somewhat chaos incarnate.
Yeah, there's that certain feel of it, isn't there? Okay, so I hate it. I hate it when they've got the hallucinogenic grenade and like all its stats.
Mhm.
The table is nowhere to be found, so I actually have to go and search for it. This is the problem with this rulebook. No, what?
Ah, the hasty looking up of page.
There we go.
numbers.
Okay, so with penalty equal to 10 times the number. Okay, so Aedeon, if you could make me a toughness test minus 20, I will roll for these two. No, that's wrong, Sheepy. It's,
Okay. Toughness minus 20. Oh boy.
God. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. That is, I think, 4 degrees of failure. Would you like to reroll?
On average, just not getting better.
How many fate points do I have? I'm gonna spend my last fate point and try this again.
Crit fail.
Okay. I think what we'll
I
do.
know that's worse, isn't it? I feel like that's worse.
It is
Considerably.
I think what we'll do is we'll roll for these two first, so you can see the possibilities of what's in store. Okay, so we'll start with Punk Hair. Punk Hair. They've got it in for me. The character is overcome with paranoia, believing even his own comrades are out to get him. On the character's turn, he must move to a position of cover, getting out of line of sight for any other characters. He remains hidden until the effect ends, moving to new cover as needed to stay as hidden as possible.
Is he gonna jump behind the rock everyone's behind?
He's blind. So I don't know.
Blind and paranoid. I feel so sorry for him.
And then the one who isn't blind, I'm only little. The character believes he has shrunk to half his normal size, and everything else is big and frightening now. All other characters count as having the Fear 3 trait to the character. Oh god, okay, that's gonna be interesting.
Oh boy.
Ilion, if you'd like to roll me a D10, please. Don't roll 10, just FYI.
What do I get?
This one is called My Hands. I'll read it out. The character believes his hands have turned into slimy tentacles. Or perhaps the flesh has begun to strip off the bone in bloody lumps. Regardless of the particulars, the character the character drops everything he is carrying and spends the duration staring at his hands and screaming. The character is stunned. Going by your degrees of failure, you're doing this for 6 turns.
Oof.
So let's move on to... Oh, it's their go now. Okay.
That happened.
Yeah.
So now his gun is laying on the ground, and he's just got his back to this rock that he's behind, and he's just sitting there staring at his hands.
I feel like we work together. You should know not to get in the way of my party grenades.
You
do
stay
exciting
too
things.
I
close.
didn't think I was in the way.
I didn't think you were either. Whoops.
Technically speaking, you weren't, unless a 10 was rolled.
I was out of the way for all of the other ones, apparently.
Yeah.
I just wasn't quite far enough away for that one.
Again.
I have the feeling that this has happened to you guys before. With serendipity.
Yeah.
So, like,
This definitely would have happened at some point.
Hey Dion, wasn't your tagline, oh boy, here we go again?
would you
Yeah.
would you like to use that tagline very quickly before we move to the enemy?
Oh boy, here we go again.
So the blind, scared one is going to just crouch down where he is and basically curl up into the smallest ball he possibly can, rocking backwards and forwards on his heels. He's going to do nothing.
I feel like sometimes it's good to have a good cry. I feel like serendipity is just helping them out, having a moment. You know,
Just like a healer, basically.
yeah.
Wow. Unfortunately, I have to do it more. So, like, that's a really good roll for him. But yeah, no, there we go. That's enough. The other guy who isn't blind starts being like, they're massive. They're giant. They're too big. I can't fight them. They're too big. Guys, we have to run away. They're too big. And just runs off in the opposite direction. Basically, you all have, I think it's Fear 3. to him.
You're
Only
really lucky that the one that wasn't blind thinks everyone is huge.
Yeah. And an 8 is successful. Unfortunately, he had to roll multiple times because there are more than one of you. And yeah. So he rolled an 8, did really well, and then the first failure, basically. He's gone.
Does that mean that just
and-
one of us is in no way intimidating to him?
Yes.
Sorry, Jim.
Look at the giant handcuffs.
Handcuffed to himself.
I will
mean-
burden this. I will take this burden. I will carry this burden.
You've got no way to know who it is, unless maybe you rolled a scrutiny. But
No, I still haven't put any
I
points
don't
in that.
care
Let's not do it.
enough. I'm still sitting and screaming at my.
you are indeed sitting.
I'm very,
Apparently,
very confident
which
in my
are
skill
in
factor.
which are in my eyes. My hands are just like dissolving in front of me.
Selena, you're probably like, it's either me, Psyker, or Jim.
Definitely
That's where he was looking when he was like, that's not that scary. And then he looked at the next one and he was like, oh god, giants. The last guy has a weird like hook looking thing and he's charging at you, but he's also blind. So he's making a beeline for the only person making consistent noise,
Idiot.
which is the screaming alien. Unfortunately, he's not going to get there because he ran off.
Great.
He ran off in the wrong goddamn direction for like 2 turns. So
Oh yeah, the only one left is the idiot.
yeah, next turn he'll get there, and we're on to Jim, I believe.
Jim will not be full autoing this time. That didn't
Okay.
go so well.
Sure.
Still leaning out from behind the rock. He's going to aim at the person running towards, motion towards, rather than crouching and crying or running away.
Okay.
Is that half aim on the person running towards?
Yeah.
Standard range?
Yeah.
This time I think he'll use semi-auto.
Okay.
No, he won't. He's going to use standard. Standard rate of fire. He's going to take 1 solid shot.
Okay. So thank you for coming out, everyone. It's been a great session. Hidden Scars will not be here next week. It will be replaced with the Puppy Show, where Scratticus will be here, have a puppy, and roll a D1 repeatedly. Please.
I have no fate points left. What happened, Sheepy?
Let's call it fate, shall we?
I mean, dude,
I mean, you have that critical coin flip.
you do have the
Oh.
critical points flip.
If ever there was a time.
It can't get any worse, can it?
I'll tell you what, mate. If you get the crit success, you just kill him. You just kill him.
I'm dying over it.
You know what?
Bye, Jim.
You know what, mate? Let's lean into this a little bit, shall we?
Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm here.
Sometimes the forces of chaos find a champion so powerful they have to fuck with him. And this becomes apparent now as Jim aims his gun. His aim true, right dead center between the eyes. He's gonna kill this guy. and then you don't sense this. Well, you guys will see this, and then just out of the ether, a demonic hand reaches out and bends the barrel of Jim's gun down. And then the hand just comes back, and the portal is gone. Jim, your gun is broken.
Oh, fuck.
One job, Jim.
Jim, at this point, you know that the forces of chaos have recognized you as an enemy, and they are doing everything in their power to stop you.
Too good, Jim. You're too good.
Knew it the first time I shot 18 heretics in one sitting.
That was it. Like, you got their attention.
Ah, those are the days.
And for the first time as a GM, I'm just going to say it. I don't see how this can get worse. I've GM'd a lot of 40k. I haven't seen rolls like that.
I've got a moral victory. I found it. I found rock bottom. It only goes up from here.
I mean, Aedeon probably doesn't even notice this. He's too busy screaming at his hands.
Yeah. Hey, Selena. Sup, girl? You just saw her hand reach out of the ether and bend his gun.
Yeah, well, we're obviously doing something right because people want to stop us. I'm gonna, I don't know, there's a crying one on the floor.
There's one running towards you as well.
Oh, I'll shoot the one running towards him.
He's running towards Aedeon.
Okay, who's screaming? I'm gonna
The
try
only
to-
consistent source of noise.
Yeah.
Except for Jim's cursing now.
I kind of see Jim as basically dumbstruck right now. Just like, really? And someone wet my pants!
Maybe finally noticing how cold he is from all the blood loss on his foot or something. I don't know.
Hell yeah. That's a nice shot as well. Was that semi-auto?
Yes, same as
damage.
last time. Two.
You hit twice, so
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh! I can't read these. So,
Herb noises.
I suddenly just had a flashback to watching
Oh,
Sword in the Stone. Isn't that what his owl was called, Archimedes? Yeah.
that's what it's named after, yeah.
wait, what? Whoa! Yeah, so it's another damage, not another hit.
Oh.
Just
I
FYI.
thought I pressed damage. There we go. Boom!
And
Ooh, that's another hit or another shot.
Yeah.
Although I don't think we'll need it per se.
no, this kills him. Would you like to overkill him?
Yeah,
Because you've got another hit to hit roll now.
I'm super freaked out by this hand that just came out, and I'm just like, ah!
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, let's try and hit it. No, don't want that. Oh, I fail.
You still kill him. So
Yeah.
I think just two successive shots right in the chest as this poor blind man who was running in the wrong direction for the entirety of the fight. He just like two laser burns right here. How? I mean, at 12, yeah, screw it. You'd shoot his nipples, like one on each. Just two holes right there going through his chest, and he just slumps to the ground. He's like,
Yeah.
And
Out
honestly,
of character, thank
Yeah.
you for saving me. In character, still screaming.
yes. So I think the combat's over now because honestly, you can kill both of these people before they recover.
Apart from Jim. He can't.
I mean, he has a
doesn't have the gun.
chainsaw.
Yeah, but could he kill him?
His
Based on
left arm is still handcuffed
No.
to his left leg.
His chainsaw's broken
It is.
because
Yeah.
Sage rolled a crit fail.
Jim, would you like to use my gun? Or my whip?
I didn't realize we had that sort of relationship, Selena.
That's heresy. So talk like that.
Could we please take a moment and acknowledge what the fuck that was?
Oh yeah, there was a big scary hand that came out of the air.
I
See, I
think
told you that we're very, very good at what we do. We've obviously got someone's attention because we're really great.
For the record, and because you would know this, there is still a guy crouched down, crying. There's still a guy running away, and Aedion is still staring at his hands and screaming.
Someone's
mentioning he's mentioning tentacles and
I walk over to the crying guy, I put my last pistol against his head, and I execute him.
just purely because of the rolls today, and I want to see if you roll 100 as well. Roll me a to hit.
Okay. I was gonna roll D100. I have no idea how to. Gear, last pistol, hit, half aim.
Actually, just roll your ballistic skill. That'll be quicker.
Okay, sure. Roll my BS. Splush?
I mean, yeah. You execute him. He's down, dead. There's still one running away. If anyone would like, anyone aside from Aedion, sorry, still screaming at your hands.
Is there anything I can do to fix?
My gun is still broken because I didn't have a chance to fix it.
Serendipity? Do you?
Jim, have you got anything on you that can, calm these effects?
The only
I
thing
know
I've got on me is
But
the only thing I've got is slot and some of that creepy drug that makes you like pain.
yeah. We got that from Inquisitor Musculosius or whatever his name is.
We got it from the warehouse where he appeared to be in charge. But Serendipity, would you like to?
I was gonna say, is the heretic like less than 60? I think it's 60 meters.
You can fire further than that,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, for the sake of it, because otherwise you'd have to roll to hit. You can hit, so just roll me the D10 for which grenade you end up firing.
Oh boy.
Oh, we already got that one, didn't we? 7?
No, I don't.
I think that's the flash. Which wasn't that guy already blind? No, wait, no, that's the one that was scared and didn't get blinded.
Yes, it was. What the hell is my chart for bloody grenades now? So if it was the Flash, I'm going to find the. There we go. He's basically, I think, just going to walk into a wall.
That's actually a pretty great visual. I'm okay with that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Just like runs full tilt into like.
Yes. So the grenade lands at his feet. It looks a lot bigger to him. It looks like a wrecking ball size grenade, and he stops because obviously it landed right in front of him, and he can't walk around it. It's too big. And then it explodes, and he loses his eyesight, and he's like stumbling about for a second. He hears you guys, or one of you guys probably coming towards him, panics, runs to the left, runs into a wall because it's just literally a brick wall right there, and falls over. He's not dead, but effectively he's completely out. You can grenade him again. Someone can walk up and execute him. You could take him prisoner if you like, but
didn't seem that useful.
Where's the
So-
fun in that?
Aedion,
he
you're
could
still
be. He could be a
screaming
local
down.
guide.
Yeah, do you want him?
Well, I guess he probably knows the terrain better than we do.
But he's blind. So
He's also terrified of us. This might come in handy.
okay. I can go collect him and bring him over if you like.
Yes. I walk over to Aiden.
Shimmer, you cut out
Aedion,
those
sorry.
manacles? Can I?
So Jim still has one attached to his arm and leg, and the other one he shot off.
That one's still attached to my right wrist. I shot my foot off, right? So I just slipped it
No,
off.
you shot the chain off.
Oh, I shot the chain off! Oh, fantastic!
Yeah.
I assumed I was bleeding out everywhere. Great!
We talked about it, and you were like, I think, like Jim's like, just screw it, shoot the thing off, but it's in a hurry, and he didn't want to be injured during the fight. You know, like at the start of the fight and be at a disadvantage. So he was like, screw it, I'm just gonna try, bang, and it worked.
Awesome. Yep. So one of them is broken on my right, the other one is still chained to my left as I'm leaning out from behind this rock.
Yep.
Do I have any like rope or anything? Like anything to like?
Why would you tie me up more?
I don't. This isn't. I know you like this, but this one isn't for you. This one is for that one.
I would say, roll me.
I mean, if he'll come along, I'll just drag him.
Yeah, you can totally just drag him.
Okay, I'm just gonna drag him back to everyone. I'll go get him while everyone's doing their stuff.
Sure. Roll me your influence. Influence plus 10. And we'll see if you have like some manacles or something, maybe.
And Selena, Jim would happily take the hotshot las pistol from you.
I'll give you the lad's pistol. You can get your own again.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
It's okay. You're probably a better shot than I.
You've got a fancy pair of pink handcuffs.
Yep. they're like the, you know, the part of the handcuff that comes out.
They're fuzzy.
That they're fuzzy and they got like a little unicorn horn coming off it as well.
Yay! Stop screaming. These are gonna look super cute on you.
Oh, he is unconscious currently.
Oh, good. That's much better.
He was
Yes, I'm
The
not
handcuff
screaming.
when they're unconscious.
he was blinded and terrified. He ran into a wall while that was happening. He brained himself.
Okay, good.
Right. So I go over to Aedion and I grab his chin in my hand and I try to look into his eyes. I actually pull my hood a bit back and you see these purple eyes. This is not real and there is a demon here. Stop looking at your hands. Look at me. Should I roll charm or something? This is going to be so bad.
That sounds like command.
Command, is that a thing? Okay, yeah, same difference. I'm really good at this. I'm not much of a people person, you know.
I'm really good at this. Fails by 9 degrees.
So, Aedion, there's some weird fucking demon shouting at you right now, dude.
Well,
It's grabbed your hands and it's making them melt.
I'm glad he doesn't have a gun.
I attempt to slap him
With your
like I'm
tentacles?
not even like I'm not thinking, like I just reflexively like
Yeah. So it's probably like your wrist or something around here because you think like your tentacles currently. So you're like, roll me a weapon skill.
Yeah.
Minus 10, just purely because you're high as fuck right now.
Yep.
Roll me a D4. Take 2 wounds.
armor?
I'm
No.
accounting for like.
All right.
Yeah,
Sure,
it's one of those things where it's like he's
Yeah.
smacking you in the face and.
This is literally the first damage we've taken this fight.
I think this is the first damage anyone's taken
Ever.
this campaign that
Yeah.
wasn't done to themselves.
Okay.
Hey, we established it was
Um,
chaos, okay?
I mean, it's been chaos since the start, mate. We know this.
Can I use my telekinesis powers to just restrain him for now?
Would you like to crush him?
Well, I don't want to actually like crush him that I poke his brains out. Just hold him in place.
Sure. Yeah. Go for it.
All right. Cool. So I rolled the crush thing. So that's just the willpower.
It's opposed, right?
Yes. Let's see.
I assume I
this.
wouldn't have a very good roll again because, again, I'm high as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a toughness test for you,
So roll
and you'll
toughness.
need more than 6 degrees of success to not be.
I'm gonna say add 10 to this just purely because of the fear-induced.
And the fact that I'm trying not to harm him, maybe.
Yeah. Like all of that coalesced together.
Yeah.
And like you're distracted by cars, to be honest, because they are just burning cars every now and then.
Sorry.
It's fine, man. Same thing happens to me. Yeah, no, not so much. You are compressed. This demon knows magic, and you're like, you can't even see your hands anymore to scream at them. It
You are
is,
wrapped in your own tentacles.
yeah. But you're basically
Foul thing.
so.
I'm
there's-
showing massive restraint by not damaging you back. Just say.
Mhm. There's probably about 2 minutes of shouting and screaming from Aedeon.
Jim, I'm pretty sure that these guys were meant to be the professionals.
I can't really talk right now,
Out
Selena.
of character. Out of character. Not my fault.
Just, I feel like maybe we would be better off on our own and with that screaming one. Just saying.
Well, I mean, we could put it down to the screaming one, or the fact that their friend shot them with an hallucinogenic grenade, or
Yeah,
the
that,
fact that the demon is now screaming at them and compressing his brain. We could put it down to a lot of things. All I know is there's a gun in my hand now, and heretics to fuck.
that's right, Jim. That's right. And I just pat him on the shoulder. It's
I
all
mean-
gonna be okay.
This is a las gun, right? It's got energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got blow through the chain on my other hand.
I did offer to do that, but then everyone was like chainswords. So.
Roll me a ballistic.
Oh boy. Why am I so nervous when you say that?
Because any time you
know
have to
your
roll
dice.
anything, it goes horrifically. I was looking for a crit fail, basically. It doesn't crit fail, so you're fine.
Not far off though.
The fun thing about hotshot las pistols is that they're supercharged to do more damage and penetrate. So normal las guns are reliable and don't jam and don't like mess up on fails, on like crit fails. Hotshots do, so you still have the ability to destroy this gun by
And
rolling.
yourself.
Yeah,
Great.
just wanted to throw that in there.
Thank you for letting me know. I
Yeah.
missed the chain.
You hit the chain. That was just to see if it misfires or anything.
Oh, okay,
'cause
cool.
Honestly, that would just be funny to me at this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your chainsword and your pistol broke, trying to get you out of your chains, basically. So the next time I'm GMing someone and you say to me, "Do your worst," I can refer you back to this moment.
Yeah. When Scratticus found the worst.
Yeah.
He found the point when Sheepy said, "I don't know how I could make this any worse." I went there. I'm wearing that like a crown from now on.
So let's move things on slightly, and we'll have you guys at a close by safe house, inverted commas, because it is a ruin. However, it is a better covered ruins than most of the other ruins around the place. It takes you about 20 minutes to get to. I'm just gonna say again, for the sake of narration, the heretic, the one person left alive, handcuffed in fluffy unicorn handcuffs, is slung over the shoulder of Serendipity, who is skipping ahead of you all happily, probably whistling a tune. And yeah,
I'm now picturing her rocket jumping for some reason.
Yes. So, as the Heresy squad, your job was to get these two individuals into the city. You have also acquired them a prisoner to interrogate, so that could help. However, you have your own job to do. So, this is where you part ways.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That went.
Let's play it cool and get out of here. This was great. Real good working with you all.
I'm sure we will be fine on our own.
Not just yet, though.
No.
Jim, what just happened?
Honestly,
What was that?
I don't rightly know. It would seem that I've struck a nerve, and Chaos is out to get me.
This is a big problem. You understand that, right? If you attract demonic presence, I will have a word with Musculus. Make yourself available for extraction.
Indeed, I guess.
Yeah. Tell him that I'm fine as well and I totally survived the plane jump.
She hears Musculus and she's like, yeah, fuck the mission. Let's just come pick me up. So I think you guys would probably let's say that Aedion has wandered off. He's a little bit shamefaced about losing his shit. he's taking a moment outside, waiting for you two to come and join him. You would have been told that a new team is coming in to assist them once you've infiltrated them into the city. Your job is not finished. You have specific targets which you have to hit now. And as a hit team, you know where to go. So the new team will be along shortly.
Yes. Serendipity?
Yep.
Shall we leave these two to their... well, each other mostly.
But I was enjoying watching what happened with them.
Yes, it was most interesting.
Okay, I guess let's go.
I'll write it all down for you. Next time I see you, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good luck.
I've made notes as well.
So say only nice things.
Oh, God.
I feel like Serendipity leans into Serena's like, I won't tell them what you told me not to tell them, but mostly because I don't remember it. Bye!
Excellent. Neither do I. Only good things.
I for a little bit more of the narrative, she's whistling "Who Likes Short Shorts" as she leaves.
Everyone.
Who
Yep,
likes
yep.
short shorts?
I feel like we're on the same team, you and I.
And that leaves Varnicus just.
I'm I scowl once more over my shoulder as I walk away.
Scowl back.
I nod.
And I think we close the scene with
Yep.
a handcuffed Jim, a handcuffed prisoner, Selena, with a little bit of pity, I think, in her eyes for Jim, which has been just bubbling there this whole episode, and just silence as they wait for a new team to come and join them and show them up again.
Well,
This was not one of our better missions, Selena.
oh no, it was not. It has not been a good 24 hours.
So thank you everyone for playing. It says a lot that it went worse than last episode, which I wasn't sure was possible.
I don't know if I need to message someone at Roll20 or something. Like, I've been rolling real bad in all my games. Yesterday I rolled, I think it was 6 nat 1s during our Numenera session, which was also only 3 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, and here we are in this game. Anyway, well, let's go
You should
round-
try Blood Bowl.
Oh god.
It'll go real bad. Let's go around and speak to everyone again. Let's see who you are, what you do online, where we can find you, and what your favorite part of the episode was. We'll go the opposite way around this time and start with the Sage.
Yeah, so I'm the Sage. I stream mostly Blood Bowl here on Twitch. If I type something, you can find me by clicking that. And yeah, I love role-playing. I'm preparing my own campaign very, very slowly. And I hope to have people on for that at some point. But in the meantime, it's mostly Blood Bowl streams, which is a really cool turn-based game. Basically, fantasy races playing American football against each other. Sheepy absolutely adores this game. It is his favorite thing in the world.
I love Blood Bowl. I do love Blood Bowl and Warhammer Fantasy and Games Workshop. I despise Blood Bowl 2, the video game.
It's actually
Just
pretty
for the
great.
Sure.
All right.
Don't get me
Thanks for
started.
having me. This was great. Oh, and favorite thing. Ooh, I think Jim's landing was really, really epic. I enjoyed that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a whole time. Thank you so much for joining us today, Sage. We're looking forward to having you back again. Let's go
Yeah, I'd love that.
next around to Jess at GoJG. Jess literally joined us about 10 minutes before we went live and got the call about 5 minutes before we went to go live. So thank you so much for filling in last minute for us, Jess. Yeah, same questions.
Thanks for inviting me. I when you were like, "Hey, you want to play?" I was like, "Yeah, sure. Just give me a second." I was like, "You were like, what do you want to play?" I was like, "A druid." And you were like, "This is 40K," and I was like, "What? I don't know anything about that game." Oh god! But this was so much fun. Oh my god! Thank you so much, Sheepy, for that beautiful mess of a character. I loved her so much. It was so
I had
good.
about 10 minutes to make her, so
Yeah, the same amount of time. Oh my god, but it was so much fun. Thank you so much. I have to say, I think when Jim decided to blow his foot off, I was like, wow.
yeah.
that was the moment. I wow. But yeah, I'm just at go_JG. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch. I stream much happier things, like Stardew Valley, where I like to do happy things. But I also really have been doing a lot more TTRPGs. I specifically do a lot of DM-less, prep-less games, a lot of indie games and stuff like that, because I don't want to have to make a whole story. I just want to make it up on the fly. So that's what we play. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
I'm glad that Mr. Muscles is back.
Yes! Mr. Muscles.
My God. Next around, we have Angeli. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. Hello. Hello, I am Angeli. You can find me on the Twitter at Geek Girl Bookworm. You can find me on Patreon at Geek Girl Bookworm. And you can find me on my Etsy shop, Geek Girl Bookworm. I will put links in the chat for you all. I paint miniatures. I write tutorials. I try and create a safe and happy space online for people who want to get into the hobby and do something creative and make pretty things for their tabletops. So if you like miniatures and want to learn to paint, you can come join me. If you like miniatures and you don't want to learn to paint, I can paint them for you. So yeah, come along and join in the conversation with me. Yay!
Awesome, thanks so much. And favourite part today?
All the bits with Jim nearly doing stupid things. They were the best.
I like
Basically the whole thing.
when you failed your save not to look at Mr. Muscles.
Oh yeah, that's well. I like all of them super awkward moments with Selena and Mr. Muscles because it's super orcs and that's great. And terrible at the same time.
Utter chaos. Last but most certainly not leastly, our wonderful GM, the master of making failure fun, Sheepy.
I do what I can. I also have an episode title for you, Finey Scrap. When you're walking through hell, keep walking.
I might rename that after the because from misery to happiness didn't happen.
It's like I said at the beginning of the thing. It was like we'll go with that, but it could turn out to be ironic. I don't think we started. I guess we started in misery and it got worse.
Yeah.
So.
The misery to more misery.
Yeah. Hey there, guys. I'm Sheepdog. I'm a 40k GM. Because the systems are clunky as hell and I streamline it for shows basically at this point. I'm making my own show. It's next week. It's about a week from now on a Thursday. It's going to be 40k. It's going to be Imperial Guard. It's going to be Only War. And it's probably going to be just as much of a clusterfuck as all the other 40k shows I run. My favorite episode, my favorite part in this episode was probably Serendipity. I always have a soft spot for characters I make for other people. And I try and, when I make characters, I always try and give them some weird ass quirky thing. And I love that grenade launcher was literally like, I need to make a character. Let's make it something interesting. And I was like, a grenade launcher that is a roulette. So you spin it, you fire, and you get a random grenade. And I think it was really fun. And then the stuff that Jess added to Serendipity as it went made the character even more fun. And yeah, it was all great. And I would say the whole gym stuff, but A, it's been said before, and B, as the GM, I always feel badly when people roll bad.
I love it.
I try and make it fun and interesting, but it does feel a little bad when you just repeatedly fail. So
yeah,
no, I honestly I really enjoy your DM style. The way you help us not fail forward, but fail fun is genius, honestly.
The way I see it is like, you know, you could have the like, oh, you crit failed, you miss really badly. It's much more interesting to go, oh, you crit fail. This has been a trend. Let's have a demon hand reach out and bend your gun so it's broken.
I love it as well when bad dice rolls affect the story, because we know this is going to come back. You know, this has turned things up a notch. Now Chaos is intervening.
Like massive letters. Big, scary demon hand comes to void, breaks Jim's gun. But...
Yeah, Jim, you have a new trait, mate.
Oh boy.
It's called Hunted.
Oh.
Ooh.
That doesn't sound good.
Oh boy. Maybe I had better prepare myself for extraction. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, well I've put that on my character sheet, and I'm not crying. You are.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much, Jelliot, for coming in with those biddies. Found them laying around. Figured they'd give them here for safekeeping before heading to bed. We will look after them for you. My favorite bit has got to be. I actually really enjoyed Serendipity and the gun thing as well, and the fact that you had pink flames and like unicorn everything. Like a ray of sunshine in the 40k universe.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it. I basically took inspiration for that stuff from Suicide Squad and Harlequin. I just thought it'd be an interesting thing to chuck into 40k, especially for someone who doesn't know the system and was coming in with a 5 minutes warning.
So it looks like our raid cry is I cursed loudly at my handcuffs. Today we're going to go and pay a visit to 4. Our next show is currently on hold whilst we figure out what we're going to do with that slot, since we can no longer run Star Wars due to copyright issues. So we'll be back tonight at 10:30 p.m. EST for Eden. Until then, keep on evoking emotions, and we'll see you next week for more Warhammer. See you later, everyone. Bye.
Later.